Some nights feel endless, the kind where time stretches and the world grows quieter but your mind grows louder. Thoughts unravel in loops. Your heart tightens around unanswered prayers. Even your breath feels uncertain. The weight of all you've carried in silence now echoes louder than any noise from the day. But tonight, something is different. Tonight, the Lord leans close, not with condemnation, not with a list of what you haven't done, but with compassion that does not waver, and love that does not sleep. His presence is not reserved for daylight. It is not blocked by your doubt or brokenness. The same God who watches the galaxies rotate in perfect order is watching over you, here, in this quiet moment. Yes, right now. He's not waiting for you to impress him. He's not comparing your life to others. He's simply inviting you, just as you are, to rest in him. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Let that invitation reach your heart like warm oil on a cold wound. Let it melt the tight places in your spirit. Let it wash over the places you've hidden for too long, the fears that come when no one else is around to see. Because God sees. He sees the pressure to keep it together, the exhaustion of unanswered texts, unopened bills, restless children, distant friends, aching memories, and he's not asking you to fix it tonight. He's asking you to give it to him. You were never meant to carry it alone. Cast your cares on the Lord and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. Psalm 55:22. So breathe, not just to survive the night, but to receive the peace only his Spirit can give. A peace, not made of noise-cancelling sounds or soft pillows, or distraction, but a peace that transcends all understanding. A peace that guards your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. Close your eyes if you haven't already. Lay your burdens down. Say this quietly in your soul. Lord, I give you this night, all of it. Every thought, every fear, every tight breath. I surrender. And let him take it. He will, because the Lord is not a distant deity. He is Emmanuel, God with us, with you, in this very moment. He doesn't just dwell in temples or churches or mountaintops. He dwells in surrendered hearts, even fragile ones, even yours. Be still, and know that I am God. Psalm 46. Let stillness wrap around you like a divine blanket. There is no need to perform. No perfect words are required. You don't need to pray the right way. You only need to open your heart and let him do what he does best. Heal, hold and restore. Father, I come to you now, not as someone who has it all together, but as someone who's tired of trying to. I open the door of my soul. Come in, dwell here. Fill this room, Lord. Fill my thoughts. Fill the places where I have doubted you. Quiet every storm inside me with your whisper. You said in Psalm 121, that you do not slumber or sleep, that you are my keeper, my shade at my right hand, that you will not let my foot slip, that you will watch over my coming and going both now and forevermore. So I believe you're watching over this night, even when I can't feel you, even when I'm afraid, even when the dark feels louder than your promises. I believe you're still faithful. You said in Isaiah 26:3, you will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you. So I choose to trust you now, not because I understand what you're doing, but because I know who you are. You are the shepherd, who leaves the 99 for the one. You are the father, who runs toward the prodigal with open arms. You are the redeemer, who turns graves into gardens and ashes into crowns. You are the comforter, who never runs out of patience or mercy, and you are mine. So tonight I surrender every unfinished task, every conversation I wish I could undo, every outcome I cannot control, every ache I've hidden behind a polite smile. You take care of the sparrows, Lord. Surely you will take care of me. You numbered every hair on my head. Surely you see every worry lodged in my chest. You knit me together in my mother's womb. Surely you know how to mend what has come undone in me. So I rest now, not because everything is resolved, but because I'm no longer carrying it alone. As David said in Psalm 4:8, I will lie down and sleep in peace, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. Let that truth settle into your breathing. Let your chest rise and fall not in fear but in freedom. God is here, and not only is he here, he is working while you rest, rearranging things behind the scenes, untangling things you've tried so hard to fix, softening hearts you thought were hardened forever, preparing paths where you've only seen walls. You do not have to figure it all out before morning. You only have to surrender. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. Lord, I surrender my understanding. I lay down my timelines. I place tomorrow in your hand. I welcome the silence of night as the sacred space where you do your best work, not in chaos but in stillness, not through striving, but through surrender. Cover me, Lord, cover my family, cover this home, this space, this heart. Let every room in this house be filled with your presence. Let no anxiety find room to settle. Let no spirit of fear remain. Let this ground be holy tonight because you are here. Send angels to stand guard. Let them line the doorposts and stand by the window. Let their swords be drawn, not in terror but in peace, a heavenly guard over those who trust in you, because you have made the Lord your dwelling place, the Most High, who is my refuge. No evil shall be allowed to befall you, no plague come near your tent. Psalm 91:9-10. Father, thank you for this night, not because it is perfect but because you are present, not because I am strong but because you are strong for me, not because I have peace, but because you are my peace. And even when the world is silent, you are. Even when answers don't come, your presence does. Even when sleep feels hard, you offer rest to the soul. As I drift now, may your word be the lullaby. May your spirit be the rhythm. May your promises be the pillow where I lay my head. And may I wake up tomorrow not just rested, but renewed. Because I am a child of the King. I am not forgotten. I am not forsaken. I am not defeated. I am held. I am known. I am loved, and that is more than enough for tonight. Amen.
Lord, as the night deepens and the world fades into stillness, I remember what is true. You never sleep. You never turn away. You never grow tired of me. While the world slumbers, you remain awake, watching, guarding and working in ways I cannot yet see. You are not distant. You are not delayed. You are here now, in the quiet. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. Psalm 21:4. So I release the illusion that I must stay alert to fix everything. I release the pressure to solve what is unsolvable by human hands. I let go of what was never mine to hold in the first place, because the night belongs to you. Even the things that feel dark in me, the doubts, the regrets, the shame, they are not hidden from you. And you do not flinch when you see them. You do not recoil. You reach. You do not shame. You shepherd. Even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. Psalm 39:12. So tonight, shine into my shadow places, Lord. Illuminate what I've kept hidden, not to expose me for judgment, but to embrace me with healing. Let your light gently chase out the lies I've believed, that I'm too far gone, that I should be doing better by now, that I must carry this burden alone, that peace is for others, not for me. Silence those lies with your voice of truth, for you have said in Isaiah 41:10, Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. You are not only present, you are powerful, not the kind of power that dominates, but the kind that lifts me when I can't get up, the kind that carries me when I'm too tired to take another step, the kind that understands my weariness without condemning it. So I rest beneath your hand, Lord. Let your strength become mine. Let your rest replace my unrest. Let your voice become louder than my inner chaos. Let your breath steady mine, because I've tried doing life my way, planning every moment, controlling every outcome. But tonight, I admit I am not the center, I am not the answer. You said come to me, and tonight I do. I come not as someone proud, but as someone empty, not with eloquent prayers but with simple surrender. You delight in the broken-hearted. You dwell with those who are contrite in spirit. You raise the lowly, not the loud. So I lower my defenses now. I allow myself to feel again, to ache where I've numbed, to trust where I've built walls, to believe you really are that good. You said in Psalm 34:18, The Lord is near to the broken-hearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Near, not far, not later, now. So draw near, Lord. Draw so near that even in sleep I can sense your hand upon me. Cover me with your feathers, as Psalm 91 promises. Let me find refuge under your wings. Let the terrors of night pass over me without a whisper. Let my room become a sanctuary. Let my bed become an altar. Let this very night become sacred, not because of anything I've done, but because of who you are. Jehovah Shalom, the Lord who is peace. Jehovah Rohi, the Lord who is my shepherd. El Rohi, the God who sees me. You know what I cried about today. You know what I didn't have words to pray. You know what I hoped someone would notice. And you did. Even before I spoke, you heard. Even before I wept, you moved. Even before I failed, you had already forgiven. So tonight I fall into the arms that never drop, into grace that never runs dry, into mercy that renews itself every morning, but already begins tonight. Because of the Lord's great love we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Lamentations 3:22-23. Let that faithfulness be the mattress beneath my soul. Let me lie down and not just sleep, but truly rest. Rest from performing, rest from striving, rest from being enough. Because you have already declared me loved. You have already covered me in righteousness not my own. You have already called me child, not based on my record, but on the blood of Jesus. I will both lie down in peace and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. Psalm 4:8. I am safe here, even if my circumstances haven't changed, even if answers haven't come, even if tomorrow still holds uncertainty. I am safe in you. God of Abraham, who kept his promise through centuries, keep me now. God of Moses, who split the sea for deliverance, part the waters of my worry. God of Ruth, who redeemed the rejected, write redemption into my story. God of Mary, who overshadowed the lowly, cover me with the shadow of your glory. You have not changed, and you are not finished. So I won't treat tonight as a pause. I'll treat it as a holy process, where roots deepen even in darkness, where healing happens without applause, where your Spirit intercedes when I don't know what to pray. Likewise the Spirit helps us in our weakness, for we do not know what to pray for as we ought, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us with groanings too deep for words. Romans 8:26. So come, Holy Spirit, groan for me, sing over me, surround me with intercession that no enemy can withstand. May your voice echo in my dream. May your peace wrap around every breath. May your promises rewrite every fear. This night is not wasted. It is watched over by the one who counts stars and sorrows alike, and neither are forgotten, not one. I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with unfailing kindness. Jeremiah 31:3. I am drawn again tonight, not because of what I've earned, but because of who you are. Love, unearned, grace, unending, faithfulness unshaken. So I rest in you now, not lightly, not temporarily, but fully, as a child rests in the arms of a father who never lets go. Amen.
Father, as I exhale again and feel the weight of this day begin to slip away, I return to you, not as a visitor, but as someone who belongs here. This is not just a nightly ritual. This is a return home, because I was made for communion with you. I was made to rest in your nearness, and though I often drift, you always call me back, with gentleness, not with shame, but with mercy, not with judgment, but with arms stretched wide. Tonight, those arms welcome me again, like the father who ran to the prodigal, like the shepherd who carried the lost sheep home, like the Savior who stretched his hands upon the cross and said, "It is finished." And so it is. The striving, finished. The self-condemnation, finished. The illusion that I must prove my worth to be held by you, finished. What remains is grace, and grace is enough. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Psalm 39:5. So hem me in now, Lord. Behind me, every regret. Before me, every fear. Above me, your guiding hand. Beneath me, your unshakable foundation. I am not drifting tonight. I am anchored. I'm not merely falling asleep. I'm falling into you,
into a peace not based on external calm, but rooted in your eternal faithfulness. You've walked with me through every season, the loud ones and the lonely ones. You were there when others left. You were constant when everything shifted. You were silent sometimes, but never absent. And even in the moments when my faith flickered like a candle in the wind, your love remained a burning fire. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pasture. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. Psalm 23:1-3. Restore me again, shepherd of my soul. I've walked through crowded places, and still felt alone. I've smiled in daylight, and wept in the silence of my car. I've given to others until I was empty. But you offer something the world can't. You offer restoration, not shallow comfort, but soul-deep renewal. So take the parts of me that are tired beyond explanation. Take the thoughts that won't stop spinning. Take the sighs too deep for words. Hold them, Lord. Translate them. Lift them off of me, one by one, because you know how to carry what I cannot. And you never grow weary from holding your children. Even to your old age and grey hairs I am He who will sustain you. I have made you and I will carry you. I will sustain you and I will rescue. Isaiah 46:4. You are the one who made me. You are not surprised by my weakness. You are not irritated by my need. You are moved with compassion, always. So let me feel that compassion tonight. Wrap it around me like a linen sheet fresh from heaven's hand. Cover the anxious places with peace. Cover the fearful places with faith. Cover the ashamed places with mercy. Let me lie down in you, Father. Let your spirit be my rest, your word my pillow, and your promise my blanket. I need nothing more, because what could I lack if I have you? The world may demand more of me tomorrow, but tonight, I need only to be a child again, small, surrendered, safe, not the achiever, not the fixer, not the planner, just a child at peace with their Father. Truly my soul finds rest in God. My salvation comes from Him. Psalm 62:1. You are the source. You are the answer. You are the one who knows how to bring peace even to the storm inside me. So calm the seas of my thoughts now, Lord. Speak over them, as you did that day on the boat. Peace, be still, and let it be so. Let my heart beat slow in rhythm, with heaven's breath. Let my lungs fill not with worry, but with wonder. Let my body loosen every knot of tension, as the Prince of Peace walks into this room, and takes his place beside me. Or maybe you don't just stand beside me, maybe you lay beside me too. Maybe you whisper over me as I fall asleep, like a mother singing over her newborn child. Maybe the lullaby of heaven is not distant harps and choirs, but your very spirit saying, I've got you, I'm not leaving, I never have, for the Lord your God is living among you. He is a mighty Savior. He will take delight in you with gladness. With his love he will calm all your fears. He will rejoice over you with joyful songs. Zephaniah 3:17. Yes, sing over me, Lord, not because I earned it, but because you love to. You don't grow tired of blessing me. You don't hesitate to forgive me. You don't ration your affection. You are the God of abundance, and I receive that abundance now. Abundant grace, abundant mercy, abundant rest, abundant protection. I do not fall asleep, exposed or forgotten. I sleep under the canopy of the Almighty. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him I will trust. Psalm 91:1-2. So I say it now, aloud or in my heart. You are my refuge. You are my fortress. You are my God. In you I trust. Not in outcomes. Not in tomorrow. Not in my performance. In you alone. Let my soul dwell in your shadow tonight. Not in fear but in worship. Let every breath become praise. Let every moment of rest become an offering. Let every heartbeat sing, you are enough for me. I place my children in your hands. I place my loved ones in your care. I place the regrets I cannot undo, and the questions I cannot answer at the foot of your throne. I am done pretending to be strong. I am done performing. I am done comparing. Tonight I simply rest, because the shepherd watches over his sheep, because the Father keeps watch over his children, because the Father keeps watch over his children, because the King never sleeps and his kingdom is peace. And in that peace I will lie down and find what the world can never give, true rest.
Lord, as the quiet deepens and the world sinks into slumber, I remember this, even as I sleep. You do not. When I close my eyes, yours remain open. When I stop striving, you begin to move. When I release, you restore. This is the holy exchange you offer me nightly. My burdens for your breath, my weariness for your wisdom, my questions for your care. You are not idle, you are not silent, you are simply unseen, and yet so near. You do not faint, nor grow weary, your understanding is unsearchable. You give power to the faint, and to those who have no might, you increase strength. Isaiah 40:28-29. So I stop trying to predict what comes next. I let go of the what-ifs. I surrender the unfinished, because you, Lord, are not finished working. You are the God who orchestrates all things, even while I sleep. You speak into hearts I cannot reach. You rearrange what seems immovable. You build bridges where I've only seen broken ground. Tonight, I don't need to know the details. I only need to know you, and I do. You've been my rock in the wilderness. You've been my comfort in the silence. You've been my shelter in every storm. And tonight, you are still my God, not a distant observer, but an ever-present help. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth gives way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. Psalm 46:1-2. So I release fear, not because everything is resolved, but because you are present. Your presence changes everything. When you draw near, the air changes. When you speak, chaos bows. When you move, darkness lifts. So move within me now. Touch places no one else knows. Breathe into rooms of my soul I've shut for too long. Fill the hallways of my heart with light. No part of me is too hidden for you. No sorrow is too old for you to mend. No question is too complicated for you to answer. You are the God who understands sighs, the one who interprets tears, the one who bottles every cry and writes down every pain. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Psalm 56. You do not overlook what others miss. So tonight, I don't have to perform or explain. I can just be still. I can just be held. I can just be yours. I do not have to keep my guard up in your presence. There is no threat here, only peace. No condemnation, only compassion. So let your spirit wash over me like living water. Cleanse my thoughts from fear. Rinse my memory of shame. Refresh the inner well that's been running dry. As the psalmist cried, so I do now. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and uphold me with a willing spirit. Psalm 51:12. Restore me, God, not to who I was, but to who you always saw me becoming. Even in sleep, you're forming me. Even in rest, you're renewing me. You do not need my constant motion to work miracles. You do not require my hands to bring forth beauty. You do not rush like I rush. You work in rhythm with eternity, never early, never late. So align me with your timing. Slow me to heaven's pace. Let my dreams be drenched in truth. Let my subconscious be filled with light. Let every mental knot begin to loosen under your hand. Tonight is not just about physical rest. It's about inner release. I release the weight I've carried silently, the pressure to hold everything together, the guilt I've tucked beneath productivity, the quiet ache of unmet hopes. You see it all, and you're not overwhelmed, because you are the God who multiplies loaves and fish, even when the crowd is too large and the resources are too small. You are the God who parts seas with wind, even when feet are trembling on the shore. You are the God who raises the dead, even when the tomb is sealed and the stone is heavy. So surely you can move in my life too. Surely you can breathe new life into dry places. Surely you can soften hearts I thought would never change, even mine. Behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is anything too hard for me? Jeremiah 32:27. No, Lord, nothing is too hard for you. So I stop assuming I need to help you. I stop striving to deserve what you've already promised. I stop talking over the stillness, and I listen. I listen to the hush of your voice within me, gentle, steady, full of truth. You speak peace. You speak love.
You speak healing, so speak, Lord, for your servant is listening, even while resting. Speak, Lord, for your servant here. 1 Samuel 3:9. And even if you choose to be silent tonight, I trust that you are still moving, because silence is not absence, stillness is not inaction, waiting is not wasted. You are the Lord of hidden growth, the gardener of the soul, and even now, you are planting new things within me, seeds of courage, roots of joy, sprouts of hope. Water them while I sleep, protect them from the lies that come in the dark, nurture them with your presence. Let me wake up more alive than I was before, not because my problems vanished, but because my spirit remembered the truth again. You are with me, you are for me, you are not finished with me. So I lay my head down in peace, and I rise again in trust. This night is holy, because it's held by holy hands. This sleep is sacred, because it is surrounded by your song. And this heart, though weary, is safe, because it is yours. Amen.
Lord, as the last sounds of the day fade and I feel the weight of sleep approaching, I open my heart one last time tonight, not out of obligation, but desire, because I long for you. Not just for what you can do, but for who you are. The one who sees me when no one else is looking. The one who never grows tired of listening, even when my prayers repeat. The one who remains when the rest of the world turns away. You are the friend who stays through every night. The counselor who understands when words fail. The father who draws near even when I've pulled away. The shepherd who finds me again and again, and rejoices when he does. I will lie down and sleep in peace, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. Psalm 4:8. That's all I need tonight. Safety, but not the kind the world offers. Not safety through locks or alarms, or bank accounts, or empty promises. I need the safety only you provide, the kind that quiets my soul, the kind that guards my mind, the kind that tells me I am secure because you are sovereign. So I hand you every vulnerable place in me, the thoughts I don't share, the fears I hide, the longings I hardly admit. I hand them to you, because your love can hold what mine cannot. Your love does not waver with time, it does not diminish with failure, it does not retreat when I question. It stays, it heals, it protects. The Lord is your keeper, the Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm, he will watch over your life. Psalm 21:5-7. So keep me, Lord, keep me as I fall asleep. Keep my thoughts guarded from torment. Keep my dreams unpolluted by fear. Keep my heart anchored in your truth. Let nothing unholy pass the threshold of this room. Let every inch of this space be soaked in your presence. Let your angels encamp around me and all those I love. I claim the promise of Psalm 91 tonight. He will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Psalm 91:11. Yes, Lord, send them. Let them guard the doorposts and windows. Let them shield me from every unseen scheme. Let them encircle this home with flaming swords of divine light. And while I sleep, let your spirit go where I cannot. Into the hearts of those I pray for, into the situations I can't fix, into the places I cannot reach. Let the prayers I've whispered all day echo through the corridors of heaven. You have not forgotten them, you have not shelved them, you are moving, even now, even when I don't see it, you are, because you are the same yesterday, today, and forever. You were faithful when I was too young to know it, you were near before I ever called your name. You were guiding before I even knew I needed direction, and you are still doing all of that now. But from everlasting to everlasting, the Lord's love is with those who fear him, and his righteousness with their children's children. Psalm 1:17. I rest tonight in a covenant that does not break. You are the God who keeps promises. When I am faithless, you remain faithful. When I forget, you remember. When I grow weary, you give strength. You made a covenant with Abraham, and kept it. You made a covenant with David, and fulfilled it. You made a covenant with me, sealed in the blood of Jesus, and you do not break your word. So I sleep under that covenant now, not under fear, not under luck, not under uncertainty, but under covenant, a holy covering that no enemy can penetrate,
a divine bond that no darkness can sever, a sacred promise that holds me steady even as my eyes close. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91:1. I dwell there now, not as a visitor, but as one who belongs. You made space for me in your presence. You opened the door and called me by name. You prepared a place and invited me in. And here I lack nothing. You restore what was broken in the daylight. You strengthen what was weary by nightfall. You whisper over my soul as it quiets. You remind me I am yours, fully, forever, and nothing, not fear, not failure, not the dark can separate me from your love. For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation, will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus our Lord. Romans 8:38-39. Let that promise wrap around me now. Let it be the lullaby in my spirit. Let it hush the voice of the accuser. Let it silence the noise of fear. Let it comfort every corner of my soul. I belong to you, and in you I find what the world cannot offer. Peace that surpasses understanding. Hope that anchors even through the storm. Joy that rises even in sorrow. Love that never lets go. So I let go now, of control, of fear, of shame, of effort, and I sink into the safety of your arms, where nothing is demanded of me, where everything has already been paid for, where rest is not earned, it's received. Thank you for the gift of sleep, not as an escape from life, but as a sacred space for renewal. Tonight is not wasted. Tonight is holy, because you are in, and I am with you. I breathe in peace, I breathe out fear. I breathe in grace, I breathe out shame. I breathe in rest, I breathe out striving, and I fall asleep, held by love, protected by power, surrounded by light.
Lord, as the quiet deepens and I begin to surrender to sleep, I bring you what I've held too tightly. I bring you the weight of control, that quiet grip I keep around the things I fear to lose. I bring you the need to figure it all out, the endless thinking, the constant planning, the worry disguised as responsibility. I bring you the lies that whisper I am only as secure as what I can manage. But tonight, I lay it all down, because your hands are far more capable than mine. Your hands stretched out the heavens. Your hands shaped the mountains and poured the oceans. Your hands calmed the sea and lifted the wounded. Your hands carried the cross and broke the grave. Surely they can carry me. So I stretch open my own hands now, not clenched in fear, but raised in surrender. I let go of the illusion that I am holding everything together. I never was. You are the sustainer. You are the provider. You are the one who upholds all things by the word of your power. The eternal God is your refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. Deuteronomy 33:27. Underneath me, when I fall, when I falter, when I sleep, are everlasting arms. Arms that never grow weak. Arms that never loosen. Arms that never let go. So I let go of the outcome I'm waiting for, of the conversation I keep replaying, of the anxiety that lingers just beneath my thoughts. I place it all in your hands, God. You are not just present. You are sovereign. You do not panic. You do not scramble. You do not fear. You rule with wisdom. You reign with peace. You operate in perfect timing. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. Psalm 37:7. I will be still now, not just in body, but in heart. I will not let the noise of injustice rob me of sleep. I will not let the fear of delay rob me of peace. I will not let the chaos of this world replace the calm you offer. You are still on the throne, and your throne is not shaken by the storms of man. You see beyond what I see. You know what I cannot know. You are already in tomorrow, so I don't need to be. I don't need to stay up imagining worst-case scenarios. I don't need to relive past mistakes. I don't need to brace myself for what might come, because I am not in charge of the outcome. You are good. You are not only able, you are kind. You are not only strong, you are near. You are not only righteous, you are gentle, and you never change. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. Hebrews 13:8. You are not a shifting shadow. You are the anchor in every storm. And even now, while I rest, you are working in ways beyond imagination.
You are softening the hearts I've prayed for. You are opening the doors I couldn't find. You are healing the wounds I didn't know were still bleeding. You are shaping me, not despite the stillness, but because of it. The soil doesn't resist the gardener's hand when he plants seeds. The clay doesn't argue with the potter when he forms the vessel. So I stop resisting. I say yes to being shaped. Even when I don't understand what you're doing, I trust that you know what kind of vessel you're forming me into. You are not wasting any part of my journey. You are using even this night, this very hour, to do something holy. Yet, O Lord, you are our Father, we are the clay, you are the potter. We are all the work of your hand. Isaiah 64:8. Form me, Lord, even while I sleep. Form my character, form my faith, form my heart to match your. Let this night be more than rest for my body. Let it be formation for my soul. Let dreams carry whispers of your voice. Let silence birth the next chapter. Let the ache in me be softened by the certainty of your presence. Because I don't need all the answers, I just need you. You are enough. More than answers, more than direction, more than solutions. You, Lord, your nearness, your mercy, your faithfulness, are my portion. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I will hope in him. Lamentations 3:24. So I will not put my hope in results. I will not put my hope in perfect plans. I will not put my hope in my own performance. I put my hope in you, even in the quiet. You are at work. Even in the waiting, you are not still. Even when I close my eyes, you never look away. You are always working for my good and your glory. You redeem what I thought was ruined. You restore what I thought was lost. You resurrect what I thought was over. So I entrust everything into your hands tonight. My family, my finances, my future, my mind, my health, my hidden wounds. You are Lord over it all. So I stop playing God in my own life. I stop clinging to control as a substitute for peace. I stop striving to earn what you've already offered freely. I accept your invitation to rest, to sleep in safety, to dwell in peace, to release what I was never meant to carry. I am not God and I was never meant to be, but I am yours, and that is enough. So I lie down in surrender. I fall asleep in faith. I breathe in trust, and I breathe out everything else. Amen. Lord, even as the night wraps around this world like a thick velvet curtain, you remain bright, unshaken, unwavering, undimmed. You are the light that does not flicker, even in the darkest hour. You are the shepherd who does not sleep, even when the sheep lie down. You are the host who prepares a table, even in the middle of my enemies. And so tonight, I come to that table. Not because I earned it, not because I'm worthy of it, but because you invited me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Psalm 23:5. Even now, as the world fades and the noise settles, you are setting the table in my soul. You are spreading peace across the cloth of my mind. You are laying out joy as nourishment for my spirit. You are pouring mercy into the cup I didn't know I still held. You are the host and the feast, the provider and the provision, the shepherd and the song. And I, though tired and undeserving, am your guest. So I pull up a chair even in the shadow of fear. I take my seat, even as doubt lingers in the distance. I accept what you've prepared, even when I don't understand why you would give so much. You feed me with grace. You anoint me with belonging. You drench me in goodness I could never manufacture. And I remember, again, that I am not just seen by you, I am welcome, not tolerated, not managed, welcomed into your presence, into the deep, holy sanctuary of communion with the Most High. You have always made room for me, even when I ran, even when I hid, even when I doubted. You still called my name. You still held open the door. You still said, come and eat. And tonight, I do. I eat of your kindness, which fills every emptiness I tried to fix with performance. I drink of your faithfulness, which quenches every thirst for control and validation. I breathe in your presence, which reminds me I was never alone, not even once. Better is one day in your courts than 1,000 elsewhere. Psalm 84:10. One moment in your presence is more healing than 1,000 hours of distraction. One breath in your spirit calms what the world cannot reach. One word from you stills the storms inside me. So I lean into that moment now. I sit still at your table, not as a servant trying to earn a place, but as a child you love. I am not on the outside looking in, I am at the table, because you said so, because you made room, because you drew the chair, because you wrote my name into the invitation before I was ever born. And here in this place of peace, the presence of enemies no longer intimidates me. Fear may growl at the door, but it cannot sit at this table. Worry may pace outside, but it cannot steal the feast you've laid before me. Shame may whisper, but it cannot drown out the song you're singing over me. The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who said, He will take great delight in you. In His love He will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing. Zephaniah 3:17. You sing over me, even as I lie down, even as I fade into sleep. Your voice, not of rebuke but delight, the melody of mercy, the rhythm of rest. Tonight I choose to believe what you say about me, not what fear says, not what failure says, not what the world says. I believe I belong at this table. I believe I am loved. I believe I am chosen. I believe I am forgiven. I believe I am surrounded, not by enemies, but by goodness and mercy. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Psalm 23:6. Even in the night goodness follows me, even in the silence, mercy walks beside me. Even in the dark, you are building a house, where I will never be alone again. And while I wait for that eternal dwelling, you make this moment holy. You turn this room into your sanctuary. You turn this rest into restoration. You turn this silence into sacred conversation. So I stop rushing past what you are doing now. I sit longer. I linger at the table. I taste the goodness. I let the oil drip down my forehead, the anointing not of platform or power, but of peace. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Tonight, I do not run dry. Even if my body is weary, even if my emotions are bruised, even if my circumstances haven't changed, my cup still overflows. With your presence, with your promises, with your peace. You've poured more into me than I realized. You've sustained me through deserts. You've walked with me through fires. You've whispered to me through storms. And now you feed me, while I rest, while I sleep, while I do nothing but trust. I am learning that rest is not a waste. It is worship. It is trust in action. It is saying I don't need to strive, because you already know what tomorrow holds. So I lie down again, not out of exhaustion, but in faith. I rest not just to recover, but to receive. I surrender not in weakness, but in worship, because you are here. And this table, this moment, this sleep, is all from you. Thank you, Shepherd of my soul. Thank you for making space for me tonight. Amen.
Lord, as I draw the covers close and my body begins to surrender to sleep, I come to you not just as a servant or a follower, but as someone deeply seen, not glanced at, not tolerated, but truly, wholly, intimately known. You are not a distant God who simply watches. You are the God who sees. You saw Hagar in the wilderness, abandoned, mistreated, afraid, and you called her by name. She was invisible to others, but not to you. You are the God who sees me, she said. Genesis 16:13. And tonight, I echo those words from the quiet of my room. You see me, Lord. You see the fatigue beneath my smile. You see the battles I fought silently today. You see the patience I held, the words I didn't speak, the love I gave without receiving anything back. You see not just the surface, not just the presentation. You see the private weariness, the quiet ache, the unanswered questions, and you are not indifferent. You are moved. You lean in. You listen. You stay. I don't have to raise my voice to be heard by you. I don't have to perform to be held by you. I don't have to explain myself to be understood by you. For the Lord sees not as man sees. Man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart. 1 Samuel 16:7. And tonight, you see mine, so I offer it freely. Even the messy parts, even the doubtful parts, even the places that still struggle to trust. I give it all. Not because it's pretty, but because you're worthy. You are worthy of my honesty. You are worthy of my vulnerability. You are worthy of every silent tear I shed on my pillows.
because you are the God who bottles tears and records them as prayers. You have kept count of my tossings. Put my tears in your bottle. Are they not in your book? Psalm 56:8. So I no longer hide them. I let the tears come if they need to, not in despair but in relief, because I don't need to be strong for you. I just need to be real with you. And you never turn away real. You never shame broken. You never dismiss small. Instead you lift the lowly. You cradle the weary. You call the unseen by name. You said to Jeremiah, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Jeremiah 1:5. That's how deep your seeing goes. You saw me before anyone else did. You saw the shape of my soul before I ever spoke a word. You saw the calling on my life before I took my first breath. And you've never stopped seeing. Even when I tried to disappear into busyness. Even when I wore masks to protect myself. Even when I hid behind performance. You never looked away. So I stop hiding now. I stop pretending. I stop striving. I simply sit in the presence of the God who sees me and stays. You stay when others walk away. You stay when the crowd moves on. You stay when the applause fades. You stay because your love is not dependent on my success, but rooted in your covenant. I cannot lose the gaze of a father who is always watching with love. You saw me at my worst and still chose the cross. You saw my rebellion and still drew me near. You saw the shame I tried to cover, and instead of exposing it, you covered it with grace. As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. Psalm 103. So I no longer define myself by my failures. I define myself by the one who sees me and calls me beloved, chosen, holy, set apart, not forgotten. You see the mustard seed of faith in me tonight. Even when I feel like it's not enough, you see the strength it took just to make it through this day. You see the hope that still lingers, even after so many disappointments. You see the dreams I've buried, the ones I was afraid to say aloud, the ones that still make my heart ache. And you whisper, I see, and I remember, the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their cry. Psalm 34:15. Thank you for seeing me, Lord. Thank you for not overlooking me. Thank you for not treating me as forgettable, even when I'm quiet, even when I withdraw, even when I feel unworthy. You draw near, you speak identity over me, you remind me who I am, and tonight, I let your truth rewrite what the world tried to name me. I am not invisible, I am seen, I am not rejected, I am accepted, I am not forgotten, I am pursued. You know when I sit and when I rise, you perceive my thoughts from afar, you hem me in, behind, and before. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, so I rest in it. I rest in being fully seen and still fully loved. I rest in knowing that I am not missed. I am held. I rest in the sacredness of being known by the King of Kings. This isn't just sleep. This is holy surrender. This is trust in action. This is peace that doesn't require perfection, because you already see it all, and you love me still. I release the weight of needing to be seen by people, when I am already seen by you. I stop striving to be noticed. I stop competing to be validated. I let your gaze define me, and it says you are mine. You are enough. You are loved beyond measure. You are not alone. So I close my eyes now, not in fear of the dark, but in rest under your watchful eyes. The eyes that never sleep. The eyes that saw me before I was born. The eyes that watched the cross, and saw me worth dying for. The eyes that even now look on me with mercy. Thank you, God who sees me. I am known, and I am safe. Amen.
Lord, as the night stretches on, and sleep begins to quiet my senses, I surrender, not just my body to rest, but my heart to trust. Because trust is not always easy. Trust is not a feeling. Trust is a choice, a decision to believe that you are still working, even when I cannot trace your hand. A holy whisper that says, you are still good, even when I do not see the good yet. A quiet faith that rests not in results, but in who you are. You never promised clarity in every moment. You promised yourself. You said you would never leave me. You said you would never forsake me. You said your plans were for my good. And so I hold on to that now. As the world fades and the unseen surrounds me, he who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91:1. I dwell in that secret place tonight, not in spotlight, not in certainty, but in shadow.
And yet, it is not a shadow of fear. It is not the shadow of abandonment. It is not the shadow of failure. It is the shadow of the Almighty, the shadow of a mighty wing spread over me, the covering of a Father who never stops watching, the presence of a King who never loses sight of his own. You said in your word, I will give you the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, so that you may know that I, the Lord who calls you by your name, am the God of Israel. Isaiah 45:3. There are treasures even here, in this shadow, in this silence, in this waiting. There is gold in the ground, where nothing seems to grow. There is purpose in the pause I did not plan. There is peace to be found, not in answers but in surrender. So I surrender again. I lay down the need to understand. I release the tension of trying to control what I cannot see. I trust that your hand is steady, even when I cannot feel it. I trust that your voice is guiding, even when I cannot hear it. I trust that your heart is for me, even when I feel afraid. You led Israel by cloud in the day, and fire by night. And when they could not see where to go, you still showed the way. So I believe you'll lead me too, by your word, by your peace, by your whisper, even if it's just one step at a time, even if the path is hidden, even if I walk in mystery, because mystery does not mean you are gone. It means you are close in ways I cannot explain, and I no longer need to explain you. I simply trust you. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. Proverbs 3:5-6. I stop leaning on my understanding. It's too small to carry what you are doing, too limited to see the full picture. But you see it. You see the beginning from the end. You see the detours that protect me from harm. You see the delay that prepares my heart. You see the closed doors as divine redirection. And you are not in a rush. You are not panicked. You are not uncertain about what happens next in my life. You've already gone ahead of me. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31:8. So I let go of fear, not because the unknown is now known, but because you are in it. You are in the silence. You are in the shadow. You are in the in-between. And I am safe, not because of what I know, but because of who I know. I know you, and even when I cannot see you, you still see me. Even when I do not feel close, you are holding me. Even when the path feels unclear, your light is enough for this step. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Psalm 119:10-105. I do not need the whole roadmap. I only need the lamp. And tonight that lamp is enough. Enough for peace. Enough for rest. Enough for sleep. So I stop striving to see everything. I close my eyes with peace. Because while I sleep, you are guarding what I cannot. You are defeating enemies I cannot see. You are calming storms I never knew were coming. You are answering prayers I forgot I prayed. And even when nothing seems to change on the surface, you are transforming me from within. You are making me more like you. You are teaching me to walk by faith. You are teaching me to believe before I behold, to trust before I understand, to worship before I receive. You are reminding me that true rest is not in seeing, but in surrender. For we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. Tonight, I choose that faith, faith that sleeps before the miracle, faith that rests before the answer comes, faith that believes you are still writing the story, and every chapter is drenched in grace. So I sink into the safety of your shadow. Let it wrap around me. Let it hush the voice of worry. Let it still the tide of anxiety. Let it remind me, I am not lost. I am hidden, hidden in Christ, hidden in mercy, hidden in the unshakable arms of the one who never sleeps, never loses track, never gives up on me. You are still leading, and I am still yours. That is enough. So I rest now, not with all the answers, but with unshaken trust. I may not see, but I believe. I may not know, but I trust. I may not feel, but I rest, because I am safe in your shadow, and your love never leaves. Amen. Lord, as I sink deeper into rest, I return to this truth. You do not abandon what you begin. You do not start things casually. You do not make promises and then walk away. You do not write half a story and leave the rest for someone else to finish. You are the author,
and the finisher. You are not only the God of beginnings, you are the God of completion. You started something in me long ago before the world saw, before I had words to name it. And even when I have doubted it, even when I've run from it, even when I've tried to take the pen back into my own hands, you remain faithful to complete it. I am confident of this very thing, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians 1:6. You began a good work in me, and you do not abandon your work, even when I feel like I'm behind, even when I feel like I've failed, even when I feel like I've wasted too much time. You remind me nothing is wasted in your hands. You redeem every delay. You use every detour. You restore the years the locusts have eaten, so I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten. Joel 2:25. Yes, Lord, restore me, not just what I've lost, but the part of me that forgot you was still writing. Remind me again that your process doesn't look like the world's pace, that your timing is not delayed, it's perfect. That just because I haven't seen the outcome, doesn't mean you've stopped moving. Tonight I release the fear that I'm running out of time. I release the guilt that says I should have done more by now. I release the shame that clings to my mistakes. You are not finished with me. You are not disappointed in me. You are not surprised by how long it's taken. You are patient. And your patience is not passivity, it's purpose. Every moment you allow is filled with meaning. Even this quiet breath-slowed moment between night and morning, it matters to you, because you never stop shaping, you never stop speaking, you never stop working. Even in silence your word is alive. Even in stillness your hands are forming. Even in waiting, your plan is unfolding. And though I can't always see the next page, I trust the hand that's holding the pen. You write in perfect rhythm. You write in sovereign ink. You write not just stories but legacies. So I trust you with mine. I trust you with my unfinished page. I trust you with the prayers still waiting. I trust you with the desires I barely speak aloud. Because you care for every part of me. The past that you've redeemed. The present that you inhabit. The future that you already hold. So I don't need to rush. I don't need to strive. I don't need to panic about what I cannot finish. Because you are the finisher. And you finish everything in love. You finished creation with rest. You finished redemption with the cross. You will finish this season with purpose. You will finish what you started in me. Let me believe it again tonight in the depths of my soul. Let me breathe in that promise like oxygen to my weary faith. Let it soothe the tension in my thoughts. Let it calm the doubts circling in the corners of my mind. Let it lull my spirit into deeper rest. Because the burden to complete is not mine alone. It is shared. It is carried. It is shouldered by the God who never grows tired. The Lord will perfect that which concerns me. Your mercy, O Lord, endures forever. Psalm 138:8. You perfect what concerns me, not what concerns the world, not what concerns my critics, not what concerns my fears. You perfect my story. You are not asking me to finish with perfection. You are asking me to follow you in faith. And so I do. I follow you into rest. I trust you with what is still undone. I believe you are still writing beauty into every chapter, even this quiet one, even tonight, even here, because you do not begin what you won't finish. You don't call without a plan. You don't plant without an outcome. You don't breathe life into dust just to abandon it later. You finish. And so I breathe easier now, because the pressure lifts. I don't need to do it all. I just need to stay close. Stay faithful, stay surrendered, stay in the flow of your spirit, which guides me not with anxiety but with peace. Let me wake tomorrow not with urgency but with trust. Let me rise not with pressure but with praise. Let my first thought be, you're still writing, and I am still yours, and that is more than enough. I trust you, Lord, with the timing, with the tempo, with the trajectory, with the promises still in seed form, with the dreams that seem asleep, with the chapters not yet turned. You are faithful, and you will finish. I am safe in the story you are telling, even if I don't know how this page ends, because you do, and that's all I need to rest tonight. Amen. Lord, I come to you tonight, not in confidence, but in surrender, not full of strength, but full of longing, because I'm tired in ways I cannot name. not just in body but in soul. There are wearinesses I don't speak of, weights I carry beneath quiet smiles, tensions I hide beneath small talk, fears I bury beneath faith-shaped phrases. But you see through it all. You know when I am running on empty. You know when my strength is not enough. You know when I am stretched thin, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and you do not rebuke me for it. You draw nearer. You whisper what I forget so often. My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. So I stop pretending to be strong tonight. I stop trying to carry what was never mine to lift alone. I stop apologizing for being human, because you're not asking me to be perfect. You're asking me to be honest. And so I am. Lord, I'm tired. I've tried. I've hoped. I've held on longer than I thought I could. And still some things haven't shifted. Still some prayers feel unanswered. Still some hopes feel fragile. But you remain unchanged, unmoved, unshaken. And in your presence I am safe to be small again, safe to exhale, safe to loosen the clenched places inside me, safe to rest, without resolution, because you are strong enough for both of us. You are not waiting for me to get it together. You are inviting me to fall apart in your arms. You are not put off by my weariness. You are drawn to it, because you are the God who strengthens the faint-hearted. You are the one who lifts the drooping head. You are the Savior who kneels beside the broken and does not rush them to heal. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Isaiah 40:29. So increase my strength tonight, Lord, not with adrenaline but with peace, not with pressure but with presence, not with noise but with stillness. I don't need to feel strong. I only need to remember that you are near, and your nearness is my strength. It always has been. You were near when I was at my limit. You were near when I whispered prayers no one else knew about. You were near when I wept in the car and smiled through the pain. You never left, even when I thought you had, even when I couldn't feel you, even when I stopped reaching. You stayed, because you are not just strong, you are faithful. The Lord is faithful, and he will strengthen you and protect you from the evil one. 2 Thessalonians 3:3. So protect me now, Father, from despair, from discouragement, from the subtle voice that says I'm failing because I'm tired. Remind me again that tired is not a sin. Weakness is not disobedience. Weariness is not defeat. It is an invitation to lean, an invitation to be held, an invitation to stop striving and start trusting. So I lean into you now, like a child leans into the chest of a parent, like a branch leans into the vine, like a sheep leans into the shepherd. You are not impatient with my pace. You are not frustrated by my fatigue. You are patient. You are kind. You are gentle with the fragile places. A bruised reed he will not break, and a smoldering wick he will not snuff out. Isaiah 42:3. So I give you my bruises. I give you my flickering flame. I give you the places where hope feels too thin to hold, and I believe you will not break me. You will heal me. You will breathe on what barely remains. You will restore the parts of me that others overlook, because you do not just strengthen, you rebuild. You do not just mend, you make new. So I let the healing begin even now, while I sleep, while I surrender, while I release my grip and receive your hand. You are the one who renews like the morning, the one who carries like the wind, the one who wraps around like a blanket and fills every room with quiet power. You are strength I don't have to work for. You are strength that finds me where I am. You, O Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, and the one who lifts my head. Psalm 3:3. Lift my head tonight, Lord, from shame, from exhaustion, from doubt. Let me breathe again. Let me sleep without guilt. Let me lie down without the weight of the unfinished. Let me rest, knowing that even in weakness, I am yours. I am not less in your eyes. I am not failing for needing rest. I am not unspiritual for needing time to be quiet. This moment is not lost. It is sacred, because here in this stillness, you are reminding me, I do not have to be strong. I only have to stay close, and you will carry the rest. You will be the strength I can't summon. You will be the endurance I lack. You will be the joy I forgot how to feel. You will be the rest that seeps deep into bones and memory and soul. So I exhale again, and I fall,
not into emptiness but into you, the one who never grows tired, the one who sings over the weary, the one who finishes what he starts, the one who strengthens the weak and never lets them go. Lord, there are nights when peace feels far, nights when silence does not feel gentle, it feels heavy, when stillness does not soothe, it stirs up worry, when thoughts do not slow they race, circle, tighten like a storm inside. But tonight, I come to you not looking for escape. I come looking for peace, real peace. Not a fragile calm that shatters under pressure. Not a temporary relief that fades when the world wakes up again. But your peace, the kind that is rooted in eternity, the kind that held Jesus still in the boat while the waves roared, the kind that allowed him to sleep through the storm. That's what I want, Lord. That's what I need, because there is a storm inside me sometimes, quiet on the outside, but loud in the mind, calm in the voice, but turbulent beneath the skin, smiling in the mirror, but clenched somewhere beneath the ribs. You see it all, and you are not intimidated. You are the one who calms storms, not just on seas but in souls. You are not startled by my unrest. You are not pushed away by my pacing thoughts. You enter the storm, you speak peace, be still, and the waters obey. So I invite you into mine now. Speak peace over this mind, Lord. Speak peace over every spiraling thought. Speak peace over what I've been carrying all day, without even knowing it. Let your peace reign, not as a passing feeling but as an immovable reality. Because you said, peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid. John 14:27. Your peace is not like the world's. It does not depend on circumstances. It does not come from results. It does not rely on everything going right. It comes from you, and you do not change. So even if nothing around me changes by morning, I believe peace can still come, because peace is not the absence of trouble. It is the presence of you. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are stayed on you because they trust in you. Isaiah 26:3. Let my mind stay on you tonight, not on what could go wrong, not on what I cannot fix, not on the what ifs and what nows, just on you. Let me find you in the quiet. Let me anchor my thoughts to something true. Let every lie be drowned out by the gentle truth of your word. Truth that says I am not alone. Truth that says you are working all things for good. Truth that says you are enough, and you are near. Let your word be my meditation as I fall asleep. Let it become the lullaby for my soul. Though the mountains be shaken, and the hills be removed, yet my unfailing love for you will not be shaken, nor my covenant of peace be removed. Isaiah 54:10. Let that covenant hold me now, the covenant of peace. The unshakable promise that I am covered, even when I feel unsteady. Let peace move through my body. Let it reach every place stress has touched. Let it settle in my shoulders, soften my jaw, slow my heartbeat. Let it quiet the rushing thoughts. Let it soak into me like rain into dry ground, until I am no longer just lying in bed. I am resting in you, the Prince of Peace, the God of all comfort, the Shepherd, who leads me beside still waters and restores my soul, the one who prepares a table for me even when the enemy stands nearby, and then tells me to eat in peace. Let me eat tonight, Lord. Let me feast on the truth. Let me drink the wine of your promises. Let me be filled, not with fear, not with doubt, but with you. Fill every empty space. Flood every anxious corner. Sweep out what does not belong. You are not a visitor. You are the owner. And where your spirit is, there is peace. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace. Galatians 5:22. Let that fruit grow in me tonight. Let it take root while I rest. Let it flourish even in my dreams. Let anxiety lose its grip as I surrender again, because I cannot hold peace and fear at the same time. And tonight, I choose peace, even if it comes slowly, even if I must choose it moment by moment. Even if it feels more like a whisper than a roar, I choose it still, because you are peace. And you are here. You are not a fleeting feeling, you are a fortress. You are not a shallow comfort. You are the king who sits enthroned above the flood. You are not fragile. You are fierce in your protection, and gentle in your love. So I lie down again, and I let go of fear, of control, of worry, of the need to understand. I am not in charge of the storm. I am just called to trust the one who commands it. So I trust you. I trust you to calm what I cannot. I trust you to guard what I cannot see. I trust you to be enough when I feel too weak. You are peace, Lord, and your peace is not fragile.
Lord, as darkness drapes across the world again, and the stillness deepens, I feel the hush of night settle around me. And though this hour should bring peace, sometimes it awakens the things I try to keep quiet. When the world slows, my thoughts grow louder. When the lights dim, old fears flicker. When I am alone with my soul, I remember the shadows I still haven't named. But tonight, I say aloud what I want to believe again. I will not fear the night, not because there is nothing scary, but because you are here. You have always been here, and you are not afraid of the dark. You dwell in unapproachable light, but you also walk in shadowed valleys. You are the God of daylight and of midnight. You rule both the sunrise and the silence, and so I take refuge in you. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare, and from the deadly pestilence. Psalm 91:2-3. You save me from the traps I didn't even know were set. You protect me from what tries to sneak in, under the veil of night, and I am not alone in the dark. Not even now, not ever. You are the God who keeps watch while I sleep. You are the shepherd who doesn't slumber. You are the defender who doesn't miss anything. For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Psalm 91:11. I am guarded tonight, even if I don't feel it, even if the silence feels heavy, even if the memories ache, even if the unknown stretches longer than I thought I could handle. You are still here, and because you are, I will not fear. Not the nightmare, not the diagnosis, not the future, not the shadows that stretch across the floor. You have not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And so I choose soundness tonight. I choose faith over panic. I choose presence over paranoia. I choose stillness over spiraling, because you are here, and that is an. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. Psalm 91:5. So I declare it again, not from bravado, but from surrender. I will not fear the night, because the night does not belong to evil, it belongs to you. You created the evening. You formed the stars and hung them like lanterns in the heaven. You made the moon to rule the night and gave it its rhythm. You painted the skies above my room with patterns that declare your glory even in the absence of light. And you did not abandon me to the darkness. You came down into. You entered this world through a midnight manger and rose from the tomb before the sun ever rose. You know how to bring life in the dark. You know how to move in secret places. You know how to protect in unseen ways. And so tonight I trust you again. I entrust my breath to you. I entrust my sleep to you. I entrust the ones I love into your care. Because you are better than any alarm, any light, any guard. You are the one who numbers my days and holds my nights. You are the one who keeps my soul when I am unaware of danger. You are the one who sings over me as I rest. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. Psalm 21:5. Even the things that creep in shadows cannot touch what you protect. You surround me like a shield. You encamp around those who fear you. You declare peace over my dwelling. Peace be within your walls, and security within your tower. Psalm 122:7. I declare that peace now within the walls of this room, and the walls of this heart. Not peace based on circumstances, not peace dependent on people, but peace rooted in who you are. You are my light in the night. You are my fortress in the silence. You are my guide even when I can't see one step ahead. And even if I wake in the middle of this night, you will be there too. You will be the first breath that steadies me, the still,
small voice that reminds me I am not alone, the warmth that whispers, fear not, I am here. You never leave, you never sleep, you never grow tired of watching over me, you never lose sight of me in the dark, and so I lie down again, not with dread, not with fear, but with trust, with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm. His love endures forever. Psalm 136:12. Your love endures tonight, through the hours I cannot measure, through the dreams I cannot control, through the unknowns I cannot resolve, and I will not fear the night, because the night is yours, and so am I, Lord. As the night deepens and my body settles under the weight of rest, I feel another weight that's harder to see, the weight of what I've been holding on to. Some of it I know, stress, fears, expectations, plans. Some of it I don't, silent pressure I've put on myself, invisible burdens I never asked to carry, but you see it all, and you're not asking me to carry what's too heavy. You never designed me to hold everything, only to trust the one who can. And so tonight, I choose surrender, not because I have no strength left, but because I no longer need to carry it all alone. You said, come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. So I come, I bring the weight, I bring the worry, I bring the things I haven't told anyone, the things that tighten my chest and whisper lies in the quiet. I bring the things I'm afraid to name, and I lay them down before you, because you can be trusted with what I release. You are not careless with fragile things. You are not overwhelmed by scattered pieces. You are not surprised by the pain I tried to push aside. You hold what I let go. You carry what I cannot. You guard what I entrust to you. And so, piece by piece, I begin to release. I let go of needing to know what comes next. I let go of needing to solve what I cannot fix. I let go of the timelines I created in my mind. I let go of the fear that says it all depends on me, because it doesn't. It never did. Cast your cares on the Lord and He will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. Psalm 55:22. I cast it now, not just part of it, all of it. The questions, the pressures, the deep unspoken ache, the disappointments that still sting when I think of them, the prayers that haven't been answered yet, the prayers I stopped praying out of exhaustion. I give them all back to you, the God who never grows tired of holding them. I let go of what's slipping anyway, and trust that it's not falling, it's being caught. Caught by the hands that carved mountains and counted stars, caught by the fingers that formed me in my mother's womb, caught by the one who knows the end from the beginning, and calls me by name. And you say this with such gentleness, I've got it. So I exhale again, not because everything's solved, but because everything's surrendered. There is no safer place for my worries than in your hand. You are not panicked. You are not unsure. You are not weighing pros and cons and running out of time. You are sovereign. You are steady. You are sure. And even what feels uncertain to me is already known to you. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Psalm 139:5. I am surrounded, and so are the things I've released. You don't just hear me, you hold me. You don't just see the burden, you lift it. You don't just wait for the storm to pass, you carry me through it. So I stop clinging to control now. I stop clutching what I was never meant to manage alone. I don't need to micromanage the outcomes. I just need to be held, like a child too small to carry what they tried to lift. I come back into your arms, open-handed, unashamed. You don't rebuke me for being tired. You welcome me into rest. You invite me to drop the heavy thing, and you replace it with peace. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Matthew 11:29. Rest for my soul, not just for my muscles, not just for my mind, but deep rest that reaches into the places I didn't know needed healing. That's what you offer when I let go, and that's what I say yes to tonight. Yes to your peace. Yes to your way. Yes to the stillness that only comes when I stop striving. Yes to trusting what I cannot hold, because you are able, you are faithful, you are the one who never drops what is placed in your hands. You are the God who multiplies what we surrender, who breathes on what we give, who transforms what we lay down. So take it all, Lord. The fear, the pressure, the expectations, and even the outcomes I thought I needed. Take the timing I tried to orchestrate. Take the approval I craved. Take the control I refused to admit I was clinging to. I open my hands, and I let go, because I am not trusting the void. I am trusting the one who fills it. I am not letting go into chaos. I am letting go into your perfect, loving, sovereign hands. The same hands that calmed the sea, healed the leper, broke the bread and carried the cross. The same hands that now reach out toward me, gently, steadily, without hurry. You are enough, and you hold what I let go. So I rest now, in you, not in the outcome, in your faithfulness, not in my performance, in your arms, not in my ability to hold it all together. You are the keeper of all I entrust to you, and tonight I entrust everything.
Lord, sometimes I wonder if I'm late. Late in purpose, late in healing, late in life. There are moments I scroll through other lives and wonder why mine feels slower, quieter, heavier in unseen ways. But tonight, you remind me, I'm not behind. I'm exactly where you knew I'd be. You are not surprised. You are not pacing in worry, wondering why it's taken so long. You saw this night before I was born. You wrote this pause into the story before I even had breath. You built grace into the moments I would question myself. You built mercy into the places I would get stuck. You built patience into every page. Before I ever arrived here, you were already here, waiting, watching, welcoming. You knew I'd need this pause. You knew I'd need this moment. You knew I'd need this reminder that I'm still in the story, even when it feels like nothing is moving. And so you meet me again, in this still room, in this quiet hour, not to rush me, but to reassure me. You are the God who doesn't rush restoration. You are the shepherd who leads at the pace of peace. You never told me to sprint. You told me to follow. You never told me to figure everything out. You told me to trust. You never told me to be impressive. You told me to be still and know. And here now, in the middle of what I don't understand, you are here too. You saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. Every moment was laid out before a single day had passed. Psalm 39:16. Every moment, even this one, even the part that feels delayed, even the nights that feel like detours, even the seasons that feel silent. You already wrote them, not as punishment, not as afterthoughts, but as part of the path that shapes me, the path that reveals you, the path that teaches me to rest in being known. Because that's what this is about, isn't it? Being known, not just seen, but understood, not just tracked, but treasured. You are not waiting for me to catch up to your will. You're waiting for me to look up and realize you're still here, still walking with me, still guiding, still providing, still whispering. I know, I planned for this. I've got you. And so I breathe deeper now. I stop looking sideways. I stop comparing. I stop replaying what I could have done different. Because if you've already written it, then you've already made room for the failures too. You've already accounted for the tears. You've already weaved redemption into the folds of my missteps. And you still call me forward, not because I've earned it, but because you never stopped calling. The steps of a good person are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in their way. Psalm 37:23. You delight in my steps, even the slow ones, even the ones taken in fear, even the ones where I barely lifted my foot, unsure if it was the right move. You delight because I'm still walking, still trusting, still trying to follow when I can't see clearly. And even if I'm crawling, you call that holy too. You knew I'd be here. You prepared comfort in advance. You hid strength in this very moment. You planned encouragement for this exact stretch of the path. And it's finding me now, even while I lie here, in the dark, wondering what comes next. What comes next is not mine to control. It is yours to unveil, in your time, with your hand, for your glory. And in the meantime I'm not lost. I'm held in the arms of the one who never gets impatient with me, held in the gaze of the one who knew every weakness, and still chose me, held in the grace of the one who finishes what he starts. You are not done. You are not You are not disappointed in me. You are closer than breath, closer than my confusion, closer than the lies that echo at night. And you speak truth, even in the dark. You are mine. You are not behind. I've been waiting for you here, so I come back to stillness. I come back to trust. I come back to the quiet comfort that I am not too late, because you cannot be late to your own plan. You write time, you bend time, you redeem time, you restore what feels lost, and you make all things beautiful, not in my hurry, but in your time. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Ecclesiastes 3:11. So I surrender time tonight. I release the timelines that haunt me. I lay down the clocks and the calendars. I unclench the milestones and unmet dreams. And I rest, because you knew I'd be here, and you are still here too. Lord, tonight I come not with excitement, not with inspiration, but with a strange stillness inside me. It's not peace exactly, and not panic either. It's something in between, a quiet blankness, like I'm floating somewhere between questions and answers, between hope and hesitation, between faith and fatigue. I'm not even sure what to feel. And I'm learning that's okay, because my faith is not based on feelings, and your presence is not measured by emotion. You are not more present when I feel goosebumps. You are not more active when I'm overflowing with tears. You are not more loving when I feel close, and less when I feel dry. You are constant. You are stable. You are near. Even now, when I feel nothing at all, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Matthew 28:20. Always. Not just when I'm on fire with passion. Not just when I hear answers in prayer. Not just when worship brings me to tears. But always, in the dullness, in the drifting, in the days that feel like going through the motions. You're still here. You're still working. You're still moving beneath the surface. I cannot see. Like seeds beneath the soil. Like stars behind the clouds. Like healing deep beneath the skin, unseen, but real. Truly, you are a God who hides himself. Isaiah 45:50. Sometimes you hide, not to tease, but to deepen, not to punish, but to draw me to trust beyond what I can feel. You're training me to see with faith, not with sight, to love you when it's quiet, to trust you when it's dry, to follow even when the road looks ordinary, because this walk, this long, slow journey of becoming, is not fueled by adrenaline. It is rooted in your faithfulness, and you never change. Even when I do, even when I question, even when I check my heart, and feel no spark, no song, no sign, you are the same. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Lamentations 3:22-23. Your mercy is already waiting for tomorrow. You've already gone ahead. You're not asking me to feel more. You're asking me to rest in the truth that you're already at work. In the stillness, you are aligning things. In the silence, you are answering prayers. I forgot I prayed. In the numbness, you are healing places too deep for words. And I don't have to feel it to believe it, because you've proven your faithfulness in seasons before this one. You are faithful in my pain. You are faithful in my breakthrough. You are faithful in my wilderness. And you are faithful now, in this quiet middle ground. Be still, and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Not be emotional, not be impressive, just be still, and know. So I anchor myself tonight in knowing. I know you're working. I know you're present. I know you're listening, even when I have no word. I know you care. Even when I feel numb, I know you're God, and I don't have to be. I don't have to produce holy feelings. I don't have to manufacture depth. I don't have to feel powerful prayers for them to reach you, because you are near to the broken heart. You are near to the confused. You are near to the worn out, to the emptied out, to the ones who show up with nothing but a quiet sigh. That sigh is a prayer. That breath is worship. That stillness is surrender. So here I am, Lord, surrendered, not with firework, not with eloquence, just here,
and you're here too. I don't need to chase you down, you've already found me, and you're holding me even when I don't feel it, especially then, because your love is not reactive, it's eternal. Your purpose is not dependent on my productivity. Your will is not delayed by my weakness. Your grace is not fragile. It covers, it carries, it builds even when it looks like nothing is happening. So I rest tonight not because I feel peace, but because I know the Prince of Peace. I close my eyes, not because I'm confident in myself, but because I trust in the one who watches over me while I sleep. The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. So I will be still. I will stop trying to fix the feeling. I will stop fearing the silence. I will stop interpreting quietness as absence. You are still here, still speaking, even when I don't recognize the sound, still shaping me even when I feel stuck, still walking with me, even when the road feels uneventful, still faithful, still good, still God. And so I fall asleep tonight not with certainty of emotion, but with certainty of you. You are enough. Even when I feel nothing, you are still working. Amen.
Lord, I've done all I can for today. I've spoken what needed to be said. I've held back tears when they threatened. I've pushed through the fog. I've hoped, even if only quietly. Now I release this day, because you're the one who finishes what you start. And you don't sleep. You don't stop tending just because I lie down. You don't stop working just because I run out of strength. In fact, this is when you do some of your most sacred work. In the quiet, in the stillness, while I sleep. You're building while I rest. Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain. Psalm 127:1. You're the builder, and you are never idle. You're building things I can't see yet. Foundations deep under the surface. Relationships that will bloom in future seasons. Answers that will unfold with morning light. You're rearranging pieces I didn't even know were part of the plan. You're weaving prayers into timelines. You're preparing open doors. You're planting hope in places I didn't even know needed it. And you're not in a rush. You're precise. You don't throw things together. You craft, you sculpt, you shape, and you do it with love, because you are not building a quick fix. You're building something holy, something lasting, something beautiful in its time. I may not see the walls rise yet, but I trust the builder. You've never wasted a single brick, not one tear, not one delay, not one quiet night. All of it, every slow moment, every long prayer, every waiting hour, is being used. You promised, all things work together for good to those who love God. Romans 8:28. So I trust the work I can't measure yet. I trust that progress doesn't always look like movement. Sometimes it looks like surrender. Sometimes it looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like sleeping, because you asked me to trust while I rest. And I do. I lay down tonight, knowing the scaffolding is rising in places I can't yet see. I breathe deeply, knowing your hands are still arranging things with care. You are not panicking. You are not behind schedule. You are not overwhelmed by the complexity of what I've placed in your hands. You are God, and you're a master craftsman. You build temples with broken stones. You build beauty from ashes. You build new life from shattered pasts. So why would I doubt you now? Why would I assume nothing is happening just because it's quiet? The earth grows in silence. The womb creates life in hiddenness. The stars continue their paths without making a sound. So too, you build in quiet. You expand the territory of the soul in stillness. You work deep when I finally stop striving. You set things in motion while I sleep, just as you once caused Adam to sleep before you built Eve. Some of the greatest miracles began while someone rested, and so I rest now, not in apathy, but in trust. I let go of the plan. I stop replaying the conversations. I stop rehearsing outcomes I can't control. I let you take over. You never needed my performance, only my permission. And now, I give it freely. Have your way, Lord. Build what only you can build. Remove what doesn't belong. Strengthen what's been weakened. Restore what I didn't know was broken. Enlarge my heart. Refine my faith. Establish the work of my hands. And correct it where I've leaned on my own strength. Even as I rest, deepen me.
Even as I dream, realign. Even as I sleep, establish the next step. You, O Lord, bless the righteous. You surround them with favor as with a shield. Psalm 5:12. Surround me tonight, with peace that silences doubt, with grace that wraps around my breath, with favor that waits for me in tomorrow. You are not building for nothing. You are building for glory. You are building for fruit. You are building so that when the dawn comes, I'll rise into things I couldn't have imagined, but you always saw. And so tonight, I do the most faith-filled thing I can do. Not because I've finished everything, but because I trust you to finish what I can't. You are faithful to complete the work. You are faithful to stay when I go still. You are faithful to build when I finally let go. So here, now, I surrender. I fall asleep in peace, not because everything is finished, but because I know the builder never stops. Amen. Lord, I admit, some nights I wonder if you've moved on. Not because I believe you're cruel, but because I still feel unnoticed, still waiting, still serving, still hoping, but watching others pass by with open doors, answers, and blessings I thought would come to me. And I know comparison is a thief. I know it sours the soul, but sometimes it just sneaks in, and I wonder, did you forget? Did my prayers get buried under the weight of someone else's crisis? Did my obedience go unseen? Did my love go unnoticed? But then, quietly, gently, you remind me, you are not like people. You are not distracted. You are not forgetful. You are not passive toward those you love. You saw me the whole time, and you still do. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Psalm 56:8. You collect tears. You don't waste them. Not one drop falls without your knowing. Not one cry escapes without echoing in heaven. Not one silent sacrifice is missed. You are not indifferent to my faithfulness. You are not blind to the nights I kept believing, when everything said give up. You saw the extra mile walked in secret. You saw the kindness given with nothing in return. You saw the quiet forgiveness extended again and again. And you remember, because you are a remembering God, not just of covenants, but of individuals. You remembered Noah when the rain finally stopped. You remembered Hannah when her womb still ached. You remembered Hagar when she wept in the wilderness. You remembered the thief on the cross when the world was giving up on him. And you remember me even now, even here where it feels like not much is moving, even here where it feels like I've been waiting too long, even here where my name is not being called yet. You know it already. You carved it into the palms of your hands. See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are ever before me. Isaiah 49:60. I'm not forgotten, not in the crowded room, not in the quiet season, not in the waiting, not in the wonder. You have never, not once taken your eyes off me, and that is more than enough. You are the one who leaves the 99 to find the one. You are the one who counts sparrows and dresses lilies. How much more do you care for me? You are the one who said, can a mother forget the baby at her breast? Though she may forget, I will not forget you. Isaiah 49:15. And you never have. Even when I forgot myself, you remembered. Even when I disqualified myself, you called me worthy. Even when I questioned my value, you whispered love. Even now, when I feel quiet inside, you are thinking of me. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. Psalm 139:17-18. That's how known I am. That's how loved I am. And though others may overlook, you never do. Though my life may not be seen on stages, though my name may never trend, though my quiet yes may never be quoted, you see it all, and you store it up. You are storing up answered prayers like rain in clouds. You are storing up harvest from seeds I forgot I planted. You are storing up reward for every faithful moment I chose. You over the world, so I won't give in to the lie that says it's all unseen. It's not. Heaven sees. You see, and you are not slow to respond. You are not late to honor. You are not deaf to desire. You are not cruel in your waiting. You are kind, even in delay, even in the unknown. You are writing a story that includes me, and you haven't lost the thread. So I choose again tonight to believe the truth. I am not forgotten. I am remembered by the only one whose remembrance matters. I am held in the only hands that will never let go. I am loved by the only eyes that never sleep. And when I wake tomorrow, I will still be known, still chosen, still carried, still remembered by the God who writes my name in glory. Lord, I used to think healing meant one big moment. One prayer, one breakthrough, one tear-filled night. But now I understand. You heal in layers, not because you lack power, but because you love deeply, because you know there are some wounds that can't be rushed, some stories that take time to rewrite, some parts of my heart that need more than a quick fix. You are not a drive-through healer. You're a careful, present, patient restorer. And you're not in a hurry. You sit with me in the middle of the mess. You hold me through the half-healed ache. You stay, even when I can't explain why I still hurt. You aren't afraid of the long journey. You are the healer who doesn't just bandage. You transform. The Lord is close to the broken-hearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. You are close tonight, close to the places I don't talk about, close to the pain I hide beneath strength, close to the memory I avoid, close to the scar that still stings when touched. You don't flinch, you don't criticize, you touch the wound not to expose but to restore, and you never touch anything without healing in your hands. Even when it doesn't feel better yet, you are already healing what I cannot see, because healing isn't always loud. Sometimes it's silent, sometimes it's invisible, sometimes it looks like sleeping, while you knit things together under the surface. You heal in rest, you heal in slowness, you heal in surrender. He heals the broken-hearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147:3. You bind then wait, you stitch then rest, you restore then strengthen, and you never forget a single place that's been wounded. Even when I try to forget, you remember the betrayal that cracked something in me. You remember the word that sliced through my spirit. You remember the grief I buried under a smile. You remember what they said, what they didn't say, what happened, what I never told anyone, and you're still healing it, even now, even here, even while I lie in bed and feel nothing extraordinary. You are working on the places I forgot needed. Your spirit hovers over what's void, like you did in Genesis, and from it you begin again. You restore my soul. Psalm 23:3. Restore it, Lord, not just my schedule, not just my sleep, not just my mood. Restore my soul, the deep part, the part that wonders if it's safe to trust again, the part that still flinches when certain memories surface. The part that holds disappointment, like a secret. Lay your hand on that part, not to shame it but to revive it, not to condemn it but to cradle it back to life. You are the God who touched the leper. You are the God who healed the bleeding woman. You are the God who called dead bones to breathe again. You don't just heal sickness. You heal history. You heal timelines. You heal decades. You heal patterns passed down through generations. You undo what trauma tried to teach me. You speak truth into what pain tried to define. You are not afraid of how long it's taken, and you won't stop half. I am confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. Philippians 1:6. You will finish what you started, even if it takes 1,000 nights like this, even if it's one layer at a time. So I stop rushing. I stop resenting the slow process. I stop pretending I should be over it by now, because maybe I'm not supposed to be over it. Maybe I'm supposed to walk through it with you and come out changed, not as someone who ignored the wound, but as someone who let the healer in. So tonight I give you access again to the layer underneath, to the scar I didn't realize was still sore, to the place I stopped praying about because I thought you weren't answering. I let you in again. I trust you again, because you're not tired of healing me. You never said I already dealt with that. You say let's keep going. I'm still here, so I rest, not in perfection but in process, not because I've healed but because I'm healing, because the healer is still in the room, still in the story, still holding every layer I offer, and he never stops until the whole heart is whole. Amen. Lord,
It's not the waiting that wears me down. It's the not knowing how, not knowing when, not knowing if it's even still coming. But tonight, you remind me again, you are the God who prepares in secret. You move long before I arrive. You plan before I pray. You prepare tables in unseen places. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Psalm 23:5. You are already in the room I haven't entered yet. You are setting the table I don't know I'll sit at. You are stirring hearts I haven't met. You are unlocking doors I haven't seen. You are not passive in the pause. You are profoundly active in the unseen. Even when I feel like nothing's moving, you're building what I don't yet recognize. Even when I feel stuck, you're rearranging what's ahead. Even when I feel left out, you're positioning me for something more sacred than I imagined. Because you don't just drop blessings randomly. You prepare, you craft, you customize, you tailor miracles to fit souls. You don't send scraps, you design feet. And even now, while I lie here in the dark, wondering what you're doing, you're already there in tomorrow, placing grace along the path. Surely your goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life. Psalm 23:6. Goodness and mercy, not maybe. Surely even if I don't feel it. Surely even if I don't deserve it. Surely even if I've doubted lately. Because you are not moved by my perfection. You are moved by your promise. And you have promised to go ahead, to make the crooked paths straight, to level the mountain, to clear the way before I even take the next step. And so I pause now, not to figure it all out, but to rest in the one who already has. You're in my future. You're already writing provision into days I haven't lived yet. You're already drafting solutions to problems I don't even know are coming. You're already prompting people to remember my name at just the right moment. You're already opening positions, preparing places, softening hearts, aligning timing. You're not reacting. You're prepared, like you did for Ruth, when you aligned her field before she ever showed up to glean, like you did for Joseph, preparing Egypt for famine through a prison and a dream, like you did for Esther, placing her in the palace long before the crisis would call her voice forward. You were always there first, and you still are. You're not just with me now. You're already waiting in what's next. You're already guarding what I cannot see. So why should I fear the unknown? To you nothing is unknown. There is no mystery to you, only mission. There is no uncertainty in heaven, only unfolding. You are not confused by my path. You wrote it. You're not surprised by the pause. You placed it. You're not worried about what's missing. You're preparing it. And I don't need to see it to believe it. I just need to know the one who holds it. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:8. You go before, and you remain with me. So even in the dark, I'm not alone. Even in the silence, I'm not abandoned. Even in the confusion, I am not lost. Because my God is not only beside me, he's ahead of me. He's clearing debris I would have tripped on. He's removing distractions I thought were good. He's protecting me from outcomes I was never meant to touch. You prepare what I cannot see, and you wait patiently for me to arrive at the right time. You never rush me. You never say I'm late. You just say, trust me, I've already made the way. So I do. Tonight, I surrender the unknown. I surrender the questions I've repeated over and over in my mind. I surrender the need to see evidence. And I choose faith, not faith in outcomes. Faith in the one who sees beyond outcomes. Faith in the God who made time and never wastes it. Faith in the Father who prepares even when I sleep. So while I rest tonight, let me breathe this in like oxygen. You're not done. You're just preparing. You're not distant. You're deliberate. You're not silent. You're strategic. And I am safe in the plan I don't yet understand. Because I trust the heart behind. You prepare what I cannot see. And what you prepare is always good. Amen. Lord, there are nights when the dark feels too thick to breathe through. Not just the dark outside, but the kind that settles behind the eyes. The kind that fills the mind with quiet weight. It's not always panic. Sometimes it's just numbness. Sometimes it's just fog. Sometimes it's just silence that feels too loud. And I wonder, will the light ever come again? But you whisper gently through the dark. It will, because it always does. Because you are the light. You don't wait for the sun to rise. You are the riser. You don't follow the dawn. You speak the dawn into being. And even in my darkest places,
You remain. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. John 1:5. Not once has darkness ever won. Not once has it outlasted you. Not once has it buried the light for good. Because you do your most mysterious, magnificent work in the night. You dream with me, while I sleep. You reorder chaos with a breath. You plant hope into hollow places, while I lie still. And you're not afraid of shadows. You walk through them with me. You were with David in the valley of the shadow of death, and you never left. You were with Jonah in the belly of the fish. You were with Paul in the prison. You were with Daniel in the den. You were with Jesus in the tomb, and you brought them all into light. Because darkness doesn't get the final word. You do. You say, "Let there be light," and light obeys. So I wait in hope tonight. Not because I feel it, but because I trust the one who is it. Because even when the sun disappears, even when the stars are hidden, you are still writing with fire. Even when I can't see 2 steps ahead, you're guiding me with just enough grace for the next breath. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Psalm 19:105. Not a spotlight, not a searchlight, just a lamp. Enough to keep going, enough to trust, enough to remember. You're still here, and the story is not over. You are not finished with me yet. This night will not last forever. The feelings I can't explain, they won't define me. The heaviness I carry, it's not my identity. The questions I whisper into my pillow, you're already answering in quiet ways I cannot hear yet. So I breathe tonight, not because the dark has lifted, but because I know it will. Because the one who hung the stars knows how to bring the dawn. You bring joy in the morning, not just after the pain. You bring beauty from ashes, not just after the fire. You bring songs in the night, not just after the storm. You are the God of while I wait. You move, while I sleep. You heal, while I wonder. You prepare, while I lie still. You shine your light into hidden corners of my heart. And I won't be afraid of the dark anymore. Because it's not the end. It's the place where beginnings are born. It's the space where roots grow. It's the place where heaven draws near. It's the backdrop for resurrection. You don't panic in the night. You light candles of comfort. You sing over me softly. You speak into the shadows with kindness, not shame. And you say, "I'm still here, and the light is still coming." So I close my eyes tonight, not in despair, but in expectation, not in fear, but in stillness. Because I know you are doing something I can't yet see. And when the dawn breaks, when the first sliver of gold stretches across my horizon, I'll remember this moment, this holy quiet moment where I dare to believe again, that the dark is temporary, that hope is rising, that light is already moving toward me, even now, and that I am never truly alone, because even in darkness, you stay, you shine, you lead, and you love me all the way to morning. Amen.
Lord, I'm tired of waiting, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. The ache of a delayed dream is a quiet grief. The kind that doesn't always get named, but lingers behind the ribs anyway. It's the hope deferred, the not yet that stretches longer than expected, the whisper of, "Did God forget?" But you haven't forgotten. You never do, because waiting is not forgetting to you. Waiting is preparation. Waiting is transformation. Waiting is not punishment, it's process. And I don't want to just wait. I want to wait well. I wait for the Lord, my whole being waits. And in his word I put my hope. Psalm 135. My whole being waits. Not just my mind, not just my calendar, but my soul. And not in anxiety, in hope. Because you are not just making things ready for me, you are making me ready for them. You are growing character, deepening roots, strengthening muscles of trust I didn't know I'd need, and I want to yield to that, even when it's quiet, even when it's slow, even when it feels like everyone else is moving forward but me, because maybe they're not waiting for what I'm waiting for, maybe they're not carrying what I'm carrying, maybe you've written a different rhythm for me, and it's not less holy because it takes more time. In fact, the sacred things usually do. You took 6 days to build creation, but 9 months to form a child.
You let Moses wait in the desert for 40 years before his calling began. You let Joseph sit in silence before the palace. You let David learn to shepherd in the field before placing a crown on his head. Every one of them waited, not because you were cruel, but because you were carving something eternal in the delay. So carve me too. Shape me in this space. Teach me to worship when there's no sign of breakthrough. Teach me to breathe when the calendar feels like an accusation. Teach me to see presence as the greatest answer, even before the yes, because you are here in the waiting. And if you are here, then I am not stuck. I am planted. Planted people don't look flashy at first. They look buried, hidden, slow, forgotten. But underneath, they're becoming. And so am I, because you are still writing, still designing, still orchestrating, still unfolding my story in perfect rhythm. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him. Lamentations 3:25. Goodness is still waiting to meet me, so I will wait with expectation, not entitlement. I will wait with peace, not panic. I will wait like someone who believes the wait means something, because it does. And while I wait, I will not just sit. I will serve. I will stay soft. I will grow where I am, and I will trust that no time spent waiting on you is ever wasted. None of this is idle time. It's intentional time. You are not delaying just to see if I'll You're stretching me so I can hold more of you when the promise comes. So I surrender the timeline again. I surrender the date I circled on my heart. I surrender the rush, the frustration, the urge to fix it myself. I choose because waiting on you is safer than moving ahead without you. I'd rather be here in the quiet with you than out there with an answer you didn't send. You are the reward, not just the result. You are the peace, not just the provision. You are the prize, not just the plan. And I don't want the thing if it means leaving you behind. So anchor me in patience. Sustain me with unseen grace. Feed me with your word while I wait. Let every slow day be holy. Let every delayed prayer become deeper dependence. Let every moment of stillness shape me to look more like you. Because you're not just writing a breakthrough. You're building a person, a child, a soul that knows how to stay steady even when nothing makes sense. A heart that can say, I trust you in the silence, because you've never left me once. You are worth waiting for, and you will not disappoint. Amen. Lord, I feel like I've been drifting lately. Not running, not rebelling, just drifting, pulled by waves of thought, pushed by undercurrents of fear, tossed gently, slowly, day by day, away from clarity, away from calm. Sometimes it doesn't even feel violent, just exhausting. The waves aren't always crashing, but they're constant, and they wear me thin. It's like walking through fog with heavy feet. And in those moments, I wonder, am I losing ground? Am I sinking? But then you speak, softly, like a whisper through deep waters, and you say, I am your anchor. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. Hebrews 6:19. Firm, secure. You are not shaken. You are not surprised by the tossing. You are not moved by my mood swings, my scattered thoughts, my silent cries. You are deeper than my waves. You are steadier than my storm. You are the calm beneath the current, and you are holding me, even when I feel like I'm slipping, even when it feels like I can't hold on. You're holding me. You don't anchor yourself to me. You anchor me to you, because you are the unshakable one, the same yesterday, today, and forever. Your faithfulness is not determined by my stability. You remain, even when I drift. You stay, even when I question. You pull me back, even when I don't know how to pray. You are not a lifeguard watching from the shore. You are in the water with me. You walk on waves. You calm storms. You speak to wind. You command chaos, and it listens. So tonight, I breathe slower, not because the waves stopped, but because I'm anchored to the one who doesn't change, anchored to truth that doesn't depend on how I feel, anchored to peace that passes understanding. You rule over the surging sea. When its waves mount up, you still them. Psalm 89:9. Still me too, Lord. Quiet the inner storm. Settle the spinning. Anchor me in the places of your word that don't shift. You are good. You are near. You are strong. You are for me. You will not let me go. Even if I drift, the rope holds. Even if I forget, you do not. Even if I panic, You remain calm because you're not scared of the storm. You use storms to strengthen, to teach trust, to reveal what's deeper, to strip away the noise. You're not punishing me by allowing the tossing. You're protecting me from the shallows. You're growing my sea legs. You're teaching me to trust, not in what I see but in what I'm tied to, and I am tied to you. Deep calls to deep, in the roar of your waterfalls. All your waves and breakers have swept over me. Psalm 42:7. I don't want to run from the deep anymore. I want to meet you there, in the middle of the swirl, in the ache of the unknown, in the moment when my arms give out, and I have to float on grace. That's where I find you, not when I've figured everything out, but when I let you carry me, when I remember I was never supposed to do this on my own. I was made to lean, to be held, to be anchored to something greater than myself. So I let go now, of control, of pretending, of the need to feel strong, and I grab hold of you, my rock, my refuge, my anchor. You are enough. You are always enough. Even when the sea rages, even when the night stretches long, even when I can't see the shore, you are the shore, you are the resting place, you are the peace in the middle, and even if this storm lasts longer than I thought it would, I will not be, because I'm not floating aimlessly, I am anchored securely, to love, to truth, to you. So I sleep tonight, not in fear, but in faith, because the anchor holds, and he holds me. Lord, I look back sometimes, and wonder what it was all for. The years that felt like wandering, the words I gave to people who never heard them, the prayers that seemed to hit a ceiling, the love that went unreturned, the effort that drained me. So much feels like loss, so much feels like waste. But you gently touch that thought and breathe truth into it. I waste nothing. Nothing surrendered is ever lost in the kingdom. Nothing offered in love disappears into the void. Nothing done in obedience goes unseen. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Psalm 56:8. You don't just comfort me. You collect every ache, every long night, every hard choice, every slow yes, every season where I stayed faithful, even when it hurt. You saw it all, you see it still, and none of it will be wasted. Not the long detour, not the time I thought I messed up too badly, not the years I thought I was behind. You're a redeemer, not just of sin but of time. You restore what I thought was gone forever. You make beauty not just after the fire but from the ashes. You bring purpose from places I tried to hide. You repurpose pain into testimony, and you don't need my story to be pretty, you just need it surrendered. You are the potter, I am the clay. Even the parts I thought were too cracked to matter, you rework into glory. But you, O Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, the one who lifts my head high. Psalm 3:3. You lift my head, to see what I couldn't before, to see the gold you've worked into what I thought was rubble, to see the threads you've woven through chaos, to see that no story is ever truly lost when it's placed in your hands. You waste nothing, not the silence, not the brokenness, not the time I thought was too late, not the dream that died. You are the resurrection and the life. You breathe on dead things, you awaken what I buried. You speak to dry bones and say, live. You spoke over Lazarus, and called him by name, and you do the same for dreams I gave up on. So I trust again. I trust that nothing was in vain. I trust that you'll use every detour to deepen the destination. I trust that you'll use every weakness to show your strength. I trust that you'll use every heartbreak to soften me for someone else. Because nothing is wasted in the hands of a God who multiplies loaves and fish. Nothing is forgotten in the heart of a Father who knows how many hairs are on my head. You are not careless with what I give you. You are careful. You are kind. You are precise. Even now, you are gathering the scattered parts of me, the past I tried to forget, the pain I tried to outrun, and turning them into something I'll one day thank you for. And maybe I don't see it yet. Maybe I'm still standing in the ash. Maybe I'm still wondering if the loss had a purpose. But I don't need to know it all. I just need to know you. And I do. You are the one who rewrites stories, who restores years, who turns scars into sentences that set others free. So I give it back to you. All of it. The memories, The what-ifs, the could-have-beens. You already know how to use them. You already have a plan for the pieces, so I'll stop hiding them, and I'll rest tonight knowing nothing is wasted, no pain, no prayer, no pause, no surrender, because you are the God who turns graves into gardens, and you're still writing something beautiful with me. Amen. Lord, I've come to the end of so many things before. I have finished dreams, interrupted plans, unanswered prayers that faded with time, friendships that drifted, starts that never saw their finish, and I've been afraid that you'd do the same, that maybe, somehow, you'd stop midway, that you'd look at me, broken, slow, tired, and turn away. But you don't. You're not like people. You don't give up when it gets hard. You don't withdraw when I don't progress fast enough. You don't change your mind about the ones you call. You are the author, and you write until the final page. You are the builder, and you finish the house. You lay the foundation for. You are the shepherd, and you carry every sheep all the way home. You are the potter, and you complete the vessel. You finish what you start, being confident of this very thing, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians 1:6. You began a work in me, not a temporary spark, but a lifelong transformation, and you're not finished yet. Not because I've failed, not because I'm behind, not because I've doubted, but because you work in seasons. You build in layers. You move through time with purpose, and everything you do completely. You are not a halfway God. You don't start fires and leave them to die. You don't plant seeds and walk away from the soil. You don't birth purpose and then abandon the process. You are faithful, always, even when I'm not, even when I wander, even when I fall short, even when I take the long road back. You are still there, gently working, gently restoring, gently calling me forward. You don't erase what you began. You redeem it. You don't rush the finish. You perfect it. You don't cancel stories. You complete them. And even now, even after all the questions, all the battles, all the nights I cried in silence, you are still building something beautiful, not just around me, but inside me. You're finishing the work of healing, the work of trusting, the work of identity, the work of becoming more like you. And you won't stop until you're done, until I shine with your reflection, until I walk in love without fear, until I've poured out what you've poured in, until my life tells the story of grace. You are my God, and I will praise you. You are my God, and I will exalt you. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. Psalm 118:28-29. You are good. Your love endures. And because of that, I can sleep tonight in peace. Not because I've arrived, but because you are still with me on the way, and you don't abandon the road halfway through. You walk it all the way, even when it leads through valleys, even when it winds through silence, even when it climbs mountains I didn't ask to climb. You are still finishing, still refining, still guiding, still writing. So I release the fear that I've missed something. I release the pressure to be done. I release the anxiety that whispers, you should be further along. I am not behind. I am becoming. And the one who started this good work in me, he is still at it. I don't have to force the ending. I don't have to perfect the journey. I don't have to see the finish line, because I know who holds the pen, and he's not done writing. Not now, not ever. So I rest, not in my strength, but in your faithfulness. Not in my progress, but in your promise. Not in my plans, but in your purpose. You finish what you start, and because of that, I will wake up tomorrow in grace. I will rise again with hope, and I will keep walking with you, all the way to the end. Amen.